Linkin Park are back with the brand new edition of From Zero, their amazing album from last year. We've now got From Zero Deluxe Edition, which has got, 3 new songs on it, I believe? So they put out Up From The Bottom a month ago, something like that. I actually really quite liked that one. I had a full music video. I don't know, it had a catchy chorus. I was not sure if it was going to be a little bit like more of the same, but you know what? I actually ended up getting that stuck into my head way more than I thought I was going to. It stayed on the top of my playlist for a while. It just turns out I really like this era of Linkin Park. I know it's somewhat of a divisive thing. I feel like it's really split people who like Linkin Park down the middle. Well, maybe you're not even necessarily down the middle, but there's definitely a contingency of people who will just never like them without Chester, which I get, and I'm not like that nostalgically attached to them, so this is possibly why I'm significantly more open to it, but I've really enjoyed this revival era. The Emptiness Machine is still probably one of my favorite songs that came out last year. The album is great. So I missed Unshatter they put out a couple of weeks ago. Somehow I didn't manage to notice that one, but I guess maybe things don't get thrown my way as much as I thought they do when they don't have a video to them. But the album itself came out today, so I'm going to listen to Let You Fade. They've got a visualizer for that too. We'll have a little listen and see what the other track is like. This is the last one on the album, so wonder if it's going to be very slow and emotion. We shall see. Oh, nope. Okay. One thing you can pull out of it straight away, the production is so good. Like, they have this very, very thick sound when those guitars all kick in at the same time. It could sound messy, but it doesn't. Also interesting to hear it like kick off with Mike singing for a change. It's got like a very kind of epic feel to it. I don't know whether it's a slightly like slowed down tempo mixed in with a very like thick, heavy guitar sound at the same time. I don't know, it's got this kind of like thudding feel of something. I don't know, it's almost like the last battle kind of. I don't know why it's giving me those images. Okay. I really like it when they sing like that. They're not singing in harmonies. I think they're just doing octaves, but their voices blend together surprisingly well. I mean, to be fair, if obviously past included, Mike Shinoda has clearly got a really great voice to kind of harmonize in that kind of sense with, but Emily's voice absolutely goes in there nicely, and I'm guessing this is going to be the nice lead into the hook, like chorus, where she'll take over the vocals. But yeah, no, so far it's really building up this kind of feeling of, I know, I'm kind of expecting some screaming. We'll have to see how accurate that turned out to be. Maybe it all gets lost in the end. Okay. Okay, I was wrong about, or not wrong about it, but they've split into the harmonies now, and they're really, really nice. Mike has immediately pulled into the hard pan there. He's actually mixed quite low, but it's just enough that it really matches and like shines through with that high note that Emily's hitting. It's a very cathartic feeling, especially to have the lead vocalist kind of like intertwine with the rest of the music, so he doesn't stay at the forefront the entire way through. I'd admit that the guitar riff probably needs some variation sooner rather than later, because it has, I think, more or less been the whole way through. Who knows, maybe that's how it will stay and that'll be not a problem, but right now I'm feeling like next verse we need a bit of variation. We'll see. Yeah, the way that the she goes fade, and you can hear her fade. She drops down at the same moment that there's a guitar thing doing the exact same motion. I mean, it's just a symptom of people who know exactly what they are doing. They've been writing together for such a long time that they're all so good at their instruments that there's just little details that has come through. You play a song through that you're writing 5-6 times, and on the 7th time, you're like, man, actually, just a little moment where the guitars sync up with the vocals for like sections like that really do a lot. It's really nice. Yeah, no, and again, her voice is so awesome. I said that like every Linkin Park video I've released recently, but her voice is so awesome. Just the way she edges into vocal fry when she wants to. Like, she seems like she has a very, very good control over just how much fry, how much scream she puts into there. It's really great. It adds such an impassioned feel to the whole thing. Okay. So this verse, he's actually definitely slipping further into the rap stuff again, which is nice. It's that variation I've been craving. I really like this bridge, just the way that it all falls out and you just have those two voices in there, because Emily not singing during the verses really takes out that sort of like spectrum in the frequencies of the things. So when you get the guitars drop out and them just doing that octaves thing for a second, it really sets up nice for that chorus. Have it all falling out of our hands. Maybe it all gets lost in the end, but... Yes! I'm always a fan of that. Just that little guitar, little freestyle, little moment there that just feeds into that drop. It's so nice. Okay, nice drop out. Big hit's got to be right. Okay, now that was a really nice sort of like swapping of expectations. I was expecting like a very short, very slow drop out. It almost reminds me of Damon Albarn's voice actually in this section here, but it's almost so defeated. He's singing down there, and that piano, that very soft piano now coming out there, just to really, I'm assuming when it all kicks in again with the chorus, is going to have a lot of impact. But no, I was expecting this dropout section to be shorter than it was. If you want to go for a whole segment now, sign me up. I'm along for the ride. I'm liking it. No matter where our ways may take us to, and even when the memories slip away. Ooh, okay. Way more of an actual bridge than I was expecting. I thought it was a dropout, but the little like marching style drums coming in there as well to bring back the urgency. And I paused it just as Emily's going to start doing some overlapping vocals in there too, some sort of canon style thing. Very clever, very good. I'm very curious how this is going to transition back, if it does, to be honest. Okay. Ooh. Again, talking about subversion of expectations, the fact that she didn't immediately come in there, they came in like halfway through that chorus instead and let the guitars lead in before she sang. I wasn't expecting that. It's got this kind of like in a kind of almost stop-start approach to bringing it back, which is nice. Again, the variation is very much appreciated. Ooh. Ah, nice, very clever. So now you've got the vocals or the rap vocals for the verse being fed in at the same time. The drums starting to do some slightly more interesting fills in places, shake it up a little bit rhythmically. I'm just a big sucker for harmonies and that kind of stuff in general, so I really like it when you get overlapping vocal lines like that as well. You've got Mike's backing vocals for the chorus at the same time as his rap stuff coming through, which is also really great. It's actually very well put together. And that's the end. Cool. Okay, that was more, I don't know, thoughtful and emotional. And it's not like the other Linkin Park stuff from this album hasn't been both thoughtful and emotional, because it absolutely has been. But it's like, I don't know, that song was definitely, there's not loads of musical material in there. Like the guitar riff really didn't vary itself very much, apart from in the bridge. But it turns out that they're so clever, and actually this is a Linkin Park synctum just across the board. But the way that they were able to vary up the vocal performances, the drum fills, the like sections slightly with that bridge really helped for that one. The way that the harmonies come in, just like little like bits here, the details that change, which means that it's immediately catchy. I've got that chorus in my head, that note she first hits, that riff, da 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 da, going through there with this kind of quite epic feel, but it doesn't feel repetitive. Actually, I might have said something that made it sound like I thought that earlier on, but you know what? Having heard the entire 3.5 minutes of it now, I think it really worked well. I think this is probably better than some of the songs on From Zero, because I will say, when that full album came out last year, I do think for the most part, the best tracks on the album were the ones that were released ahead of time. And I think this is definitely up there. I'm curious what I mean, obviously it's pretty to do with the ebb and flow of the album itself as to what makes the first edition and what makes the deluxe edition for the, the B-sides and all of that. But yeah, no, I actually really like that one. It had a sort of more non-traditional kind of stop-start kind of rhythm running the entire way through. Vocal performances from both of them were great. I actually really liked Mike showed a lot of variation in that one of theirs particularly. I think that was a very good exemplar of his skills. Shame there's no video, but on the other hand, we already had one from Up From The Bottom, and honestly, there's several others. I feel like we probably had way more than our fair share of Linkin Park videos. But based on what I imagine is the financial success of this album, I can't see that we're going to be waiting too long. Enough time to tour and, kiss the baby goodbye on the way past and back into the studio, please, because I am absolutely up for more of this. But yeah, I don't know. Let me know in the comments, what do you guys think? Do you think the song would have been better on the actual main album? How do you think it stacks up with the rest of it? Have you listened to the entirety of the deluxe edition of From Zero now? And if so, what are your thoughts? Let me know in the comments. Follow me on Instagram. Apparently that's good. Like, share, subscribe, all of that crazy stuff. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.